So, now that you have reviewed all the documents, you can begin to complete your application through the U-Survey platform. Throughout this video, we're going to give you a quick overview of each section and provide you with a few tips along the way. We will start with the applicant information section, where you will need to include information about your organization, which will also be used to assess your eligibility. We have included a fictional legal name and address, and also have identified it as a public body of non-profit nature. We have also inserted the date of legal registration, and please remember that to be an eligible applicant, proposals must be presented by an entity established for at least 1 year before the application submission date. We have gone ahead and provided you with a quick template as to how to provide an overview of 2 reference projects and activities that demonstrate your track record of working in the sector. What we suggest is that you provide us with the title of the action, as well as the reference date, a start and end date, or letting us know that it is ongoing. We then go ahead to the last 2 questions in this first section. Here, we want to know whether you have led or been part of a European-funded project in the last 3 years. For the purpose of this example, we have stated that yes, we have led a EU-funded project. What this does is open a series of additional questions where we want to gather additional information. For instance, we'd like to know how many projects you're involved in, your role, and under which program the project was funded by. We then ask you that you provide us with the contact information of an individual that the LIVEMX project team can reach out to for further communication during the application process. This should be someone that can answer further questions pertaining to your organization or project proposal, and please be mindful that this is also the individual that will receive the results of your application. We now move on to the technical description section. Here, you're going to provide us with a comprehensive overview of your project's technical aspects, and you will start by identifying the project's name, subtitle, as well as the topic that your proposal will cover. For the purpose of this example, we're going to go ahead and select the music export topic. What it does is it actually opens up a new question where you must identify which challenge or challenges your project aims to address under this topic. So we're going to select developing music export through co-creation and promoting new music and artists abroad in innovative ways. These are the challenges that we are saying that our project covers. You must then provide us with an abstract, so a short summary of your project proposal. Here you can let us know which activities you will aim to do throughout the project, the challenge that your project is addressing, and its specific objectives. We now move on to the sections that are key in the evaluation of your proposal. This, as the following sections are directly linked to the criteria established and presented in the guidelines. Starting with the relevance criteria. Here you'll need to reflect how your project addresses the challenges that you have selected above, describe the goal and objectives of your proposal, and here you should also include an explanation on how your project is innovative, creative, new, or experimental. Lastly, you should describe the European added value that your project brings. Next up, we have a section pertaining to the project design. To start, you must detail the project activities and include a project timeline to illustrate when these activities will take place. You must then reflect on what the direct results of these activities are and how they will result in the achievements of the project objectives. To finish the project design section, please explain how your project can be considered inclusive and diverse. You can also provide specific strategies or actions that you plan to implement to ensure that individuals of various backgrounds are valued and engaged in all aspects of your project. The next section is related to project management. Here, you must demonstrate the professional and administrative capacity of the project team to successfully implement the project. And you must also describe the processes and methods that this project team will use to ensure this successful and smooth implementation. You must also reflect on your own project team's diversity and inclusivity. Lastly, we have the project impact section. In this section, you will explain how the result of the project addresses the challenge you have identified above, and you must also state the mid to long-term impact of your project. Please also present an overview of your communication strategy and plan, and explain how your results can be used after the end of your project, whether they can be used by your own organization or by others. The next section of your application will prompt you to reflect on your project's timeframe and budget. Starting with the project's timeframe, your project can have a duration of 10, 11, or 12 months. Please keep in mind that this duration is the entire life cycle of your project, so it includes the planning phases, progressing to the execution of the activities, as well as any concluding tasks required. Based on this, you will select which duration best fits your project. As you can see, we have gone ahead and selected 11 months. Now moving on to the budget forecasting and planning. The call for projects is organized in 3 strands, and each strand reflects a specific amount that will be distributed in the form of a lump sum. For this example, we have gone ahead and selected strand B, which totals an amount of 40,000 euros. Please be sure that you select the strand that best suited for your project and planned expenses. You must then complete the budget breakdown table, which asks you to detail the expected expenses into the different budget categories, those being staff, subcontracting, equipment, travel and accommodation related expenses, and other goods, works, and services. When filling out the table, please be sure to use whole numbers as the example on your screen. Do not include any commas or periods. So we have gone ahead and selected the strand B, which totals 40,000, and have completed our table. What the application form will do is automatically calculate the sum of the table here. Please be sure that this number equals the total grant amount, so the total strand amount that you are applying for. You must then briefly explain in more detail this estimation that you are providing. Here, you can provide a brief breakdown of the expenses per category and explain the rationale behind each cost, demonstrating why it is necessary for the project's success. If at any point you wish to save a draft of your application so that you continue to work on it at a later date, or review it later before you submit your application, you can do so by clicking the Save as a Draft button found on your right side of your screen. Please be mindful that as you scroll down through your application, the menu option disappears. What you have to do is go all the way back to the top of your application form and click the button Save as a Draft. This will prompt you to receive a personalized link. This is your link only, which you will have to copy and save. And when you are ready to go back to your application, you would open this link and your application has been restored.